Tuscaloosa to frenzy! We talked about
Alabama reaches the College Cup for the first time.
Heisman Memorial Trophy.
The first soccer championship in school history.
Is still Alabama.
Welcome to the Crimson Tide production studio inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium for another episode of Tide TV This Week. I'm Kenzie Hughes, he's Roger Hoover, and we're happy to have y'all.
We're happy to be back. Happy once again the Crimson Tide have picked up another win.
I think you're talking about the Crimson Tide defense specifically, which we're going to get into later because it was a showdown for the SEC West out in Texas on Saturday, Roger, as the Tide took on the Aggies of Texas A&M.
It was the Alabama defense, as you mentioned, that set the tone early. On Texas A&M's first drive of the game, on 4th and 1 from the Alabama 19, the Aggies decided to go for it, and the Alabama defense made them pay. Dallas Turner got pressure on Max Johnson, and Deontay Lawson broke up the pass to stop the Aggies. With the score tied at 3, Jalen Milroe threw the first of 3 touchdown passes. This one to Isaiah Bond for 52 yards, made it 10-3 Crimson Tide. The Aggies responded with a couple of scores of their own to take a 17-10 lead at the half.
It was all Alabama in the second half, though, as the Crimson Tide outscored the Aggies 16-3, and it was a big day for the duo of Jalen Milroe and Jermaine Burton. They scored a pair of touchdowns in the third. The first, a perfect pass on this throw to the corner of the end zone, and it tied the game at 17. Then, after a 46-yard pass down the sideline to Burton, Milroe found him again for the score. Burton took the pass on a crossing route, splits the defenders for the score, because it was a big day for Burton as he finished with 197 yards and 2 scores on 9 catches.
Then it was a couple of big plays from the Crimson Tide defense in the fourth quarter. After a pick 6 last week, Chris Braswell came up with another big play. This one, a blocked field goal by Braswell that eventually led to a Crimson Tide safety. Justin Boygby plowed right through the Aggies' offensive lineman to get to Max Johnson in the end zone. The safety made it 26-17 Bama. The Aggies added another field goal, but that would be it, as Alabama got the win on the road over Jimbo Fisher and the Aggies 26-20.
We have a lot of things to clean up, but we have a lot of things to be proud of. And I'm really excited about just, the team effort. And, we weren't at our best in the first half today, but for guys to pull themselves up, to overcome adversity and resiliency. And this is a great win for our team. It was a great win for the program. It was a great win for this team. It was an opportunity for this team to sort of show who they are in terms of what kind of team we have. And I think we can have a really, really good team. I just think self-inflicted wounds are going to be something that we can resolve because they're all fixable, and we certainly need to do that if we're going to be able to compete at a high level in the future.
The big win this past weekend put Alabama in the driver's seat for the SEC West title. The Crimson Tide are the only undefeated team in the SEC West in conference play at 3-0.
Crimson Tide received some weekly honors from the SEC office in that win over the Aggies. Justin Boygby was named the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. Boygby totaled 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and had a crucial safety late in the fourth quarter.
And Will Reichard was named the SEC Special Teams Player of the Week. Reichard made his lone field goal attempt from 30 yards out, including taking on punting duties midway through the game. Reichard had a long punt of 45 yards and averaged over 41 yards on his 4 punts.
We also got a kickoff time for next week's third Saturday in October matchup. For the third time this season, Crimson Tide will be playing in the SEC on CBS Game of the Week. Kickoff time for Alabama and Tennessee will be at 2:30 next Saturday at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Man, I can't wait for that one, Roger. It's going to be a good one next Saturday in Bryant-Denny.
Certainly will be. The Crimson Tide have won 9 in a row over the Vols here at Bryant-Denny. They'll be going for number 10 on Saturday.
Now, let's take a look at our Crimson Tide and the NFL Players of the Week. We're kicking it off with the Birds because Jalen Hurts led the Philadelphia Eagles to a 23-14 win over the Los Angeles Rams. Hurts completed 25 of 38 for 303 yards and a touchdown. Hurts also added 72 yards rushing and another touchdown on the ground. Roger, let's talk about a ridiculous stat for a second. Jalen Hurts is 22-1 as a starting quarterback in his last 23 games.
That's incredible. Former Crimson Tide wideout Calvin Ridley had a big day for the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. Ridley had 7 catches for a game-high 122 yards in Jacksonville's 25-20 win over the Buffalo Bills.
And C.J. Mosley had a season-high 13 tackles in the New York Jets win over the Denver Broncos on Sunday. Mosley also had 2 tackles for loss and a pass breakup. He's a vet in his 10th year in the league. Mosley has 50 tackles, 20 solo, and an interception on the year.
Those are our Crimson Tide, the NFL Players of the Week. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll give you an all-access look at the Tide's win over the Aggies.
Tide TV This Week is presented by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
Legacies rise from purpose. They're developed through passion, determination, and the power to follow through. This is where ambition meets opportunity. What happens next is up to you. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Welcome back to Tide TV This Week. The 10th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide rolled into Bryan College Station this past Saturday for an SEC West showdown. The winner would take control of the SEC West.
Alabama prevailed with a 26-20 victory over Texas A&M with a dominating performance in the second half. Let's take an all-access look at the Tide's win over the Aggies.
Texas A&M is the better team on offense. Texas A&M's the better team on defense. Texas A&M's the better team on special teams. Give me the Aggies in this game.
You can't draw up a better day for football. The core is all ready. The 12th man is ready. And here come the Aggies.
Quarterback keeps himself. Pressure coming. Passes broken up. And Bama turns the Aggies away. Milroe gets it. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down back at the 15-yard line. The Aggies get on the board first.
Going to go deep. Man out there. What a catch by Jermaine Burton.
Will Riker boots it through from 39 yards, and we are tied. 3-3 is our score here in College Station.
Second down, getting pressure again, had to get rid of it. Deontay Lawson back in there.
Yes, it
He's
was.
been in Johnson's chin all night. And Burton again. No, not quite. Those two have been going at it the whole first quarter. Deep sideline, got it to Burton this time, and it's again DeBerry who was trying to stay with him.
That's the matchup that Tommy Rees has designed.
Milroe going deep again, man wide open. Got him. Isaiah Bond, touchdown.
Stepping up, going down, brought down at the 49-yard line.
Goes to the end zone, touchdown, and it's his brother.
And they gave him problems with the same look. It's happening again.
The give to Moss, touchdown, Texas A&M. Looking to upset the Tide for the second time in 2 years. And right now the Aggies are halfway there. The 12th man has been a big part of this game today so far. And Alabama will have the ball first offensively to start the third quarter.
Dumps it off the near side. Amari Niblack, his first catch of the game, stretches forward, and he's got a first down to the 44-yard line. With pressure coming, unloads it, catch is made. Great grab on the part of Bond. Good call, Tyler, except it's picked off. The throw was late. They were trying to connect with Niblack on the middle. Backpedals, throws. That one is almost picked off. It was picked off. Caleb Downs, his second interception of the year, and Bama takes it over.
Make that play. Make that play.
Look out from behind. Throws. Got it to Burton. Touchdown, Alabama. Milroe loads. Fires long. Got a man out there. Burton's got it. all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Fires quick slant. Burton 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Alabama. Jermaine Burton on the 19-yard reception and run after the strike from Jalen Milroe, and Bama is back on top. Johnson firing, has a man downfield. That is going to be broken up on a great play late.
Stay with it. Play's not over until the play's over. And Arnold did.
The kick is blocked, and Bama's got it. Bama's got it. Foot race right now. Braswell, 35, 30. From his own end zone. He's down. He's down. Ball is loose. It's going to be a safety for Alabama. The game is over. Yes, it is, baby. Let's get out of here again. Alabama wins it. Final score, 26-20. The Crimson Tide gets the win in Aggie Land. Roll Tide.
Your favorite atmosphere in college football?
To me, obviously, there's nothing like a huge game on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Bryant-Denny Stadium.
The chase is on, and it will be won by Julio Jones.
It is perfect football weather in Tuscaloosa.
This will be a 100-yard scoop and score.
I'm telling you, this place is rocking right now in Bryant-Denny.
If you're looking to visit this stadium. They got it figured out here.
We are talking about Nick Saban, the greatest coach in the history of college football.
They're going to be an angry team this year, is my belief.
It's more than a buzz at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's electric. Here comes the Tide.
Welcome back to Tide TV This Week. After 2 weeks on the road, the Alabama football team returns home to Bryant-Denny Stadium for the Tide's annual homecoming matchup.
Alabama welcomes Arkansas to town, and for a preview of that homecoming matchup between the Tide and the Razorbacks, our Christopher England joins us now. Christopher!
It's homecoming for the Crimson Tide, and it's another series with a long win streak. Alabama's won 16 in a row over Arkansas, all under Coach Saban. It's been a tough stretch for the Razorbacks. This will be their 4th consecutive game on the road. Alabama won the last meeting last season in Fayetteville. Up 28-23 to start the 4th quarter, Alabama outscored Arkansas 21-3 for the 49-26 win, their 16th in a row over the Razorbacks. Arkansas enters the matchup 2-4 and winless in the SEC at 0-3. The Razorbacks' 2 wins were a 56-13 win over Western Carolina and a 28-6 win over Kent State. 3 of their 4 losses have been by only 1 score. Arkansas lost to BYU at home by a touchdown in Week 3, 38-31. The next week on the road in Baton Rouge, the Razorbacks lost on a field goal with 5 seconds left in the game as LSU won 34-31. After losing to Texas A&M 34-22, the Razorbacks led Ole Miss 20-17 in the 4th quarter last week, but the Rebels scored 10 unanswered points for the 27-20 win. Sam Pittman is in his 4th year as head coach of the Razorbacks program and has taken Arkansas to bowl games in back-to-back seasons. Before Pittman became the head coach, the Razorbacks hadn't been to a bowl since 2016.
Sam does a great job with these guys in terms of their ability to run the ball, whether it's quarterback runs or whatever. This is a good team, and I don't think we should be looking at their record and making any kind of judgments on what they're capable of, because they're capable of scoring points and they're capable of playing really good defense, and they're a very well coached team.
The Razorbacks enter this week's matchup having scored 1 more point on offense than the Tide, 188-187. The Razorbacks average just over 31 points per game, but are dead last in the SEC in total offense at 332 yards per game.
Arkansas is, really a good team. They've had some really tough games, some really close losses, but they've scored a lot of points. KJ Jefferson is a really good big-time quarterback. Big guy, hard to sack, can run, very talented arm.
KJ Jefferson is returning for his 5th season at Arkansas as quarterback. Jefferson is the Razorbacks' all-time career touchdown leader with 80, 60 through the air, and 20 on the ground. Jefferson is averaging 216 passing yards per game and is tied for 3rd in the SEC with 12 passing touchdowns. But Jefferson is also 2nd in the SEC in interceptions thrown with 6 through 6 games this season. Redshirt senior Andrew Armstrong led the Razorbacks in receptions and yards last season, and he's doing it again this year. Armstrong has 35 receptions for 437 yards with 4 touchdowns, ranking in the top 10 in the SEC in all 3 categories. Preseason All-American running back Raheem Rocket Sanders led the Razorbacks last season with over 1,400 rushing yards, but he was injured in the season-opening win over Western Carolina. Sanders missed the next 3 games, but has returned to play in the past 2 and should be ready to go against the Tide on Saturday. Arkansas is 2nd in the SEC in turnover margin at +4. Through 6 games, the Razorbacks have recorded a league-leading 11 takeaways, including 7 interceptions. Of those 7 interceptions, the Razorbacks have returned the NCAA best 3 for touchdown. It's going to be an early one on Saturday for homecoming. Kickoff is scheduled for 11 o'clock on ESPN. Stay with us. We'll have more Tide TV this week coming up next.
Christy Curry is pretty pumped up about her crew, too.
How good can the Crimson Tide be again?
You know, I think this group really bonds well together. They have great chemistry. I think you can always be the most passionate and the hardest worker in the room, and I will fight for those kids.
McQueen right down Main Street, and she'll get the foul.
Oh, what a three! A nice step through.
Gianna Cunningham. Oh, yes!
And then we add new faces, so this team is going to be fun to watch. And we've been working in Tuscaloosa, so we're excited for the season.
Bring it on. We are here for it.
Welcome back to the Crimson Tide production studio right here inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. This guy right here is Roger Hoover. I am Kinsey Hughes, and this is Tide TV This Week.
Well, Kinsey, as we move from football to football, the Alabama soccer team picked up a nice 2-1 win over their in-state rival Auburn Tigers this past Thursday.
For more on the Tide's big win, our Delaney Jones joins us now, along with head coach Wes Hart.
Welcome back to the Tide TV studio, Coach Hart. Congratulations on such a big win over Auburn. What was going through your mind in the 86th minute when Felicia Knox scored the game-winning goal?
Oh gosh, I was pumped. You know, I thought we'd had a good game. You know, scored a good early goal, and unfortunately let them back in the game. And when Felicia scored that goal, you know, super happy for her, and obviously for the team, it was a huge result for us. You know, for the SEC standings as well as just for bragging rights and keeping that trophy for another year.
Freshman Nadia Ramadan came out of the locker room on fire, scoring in the 9th minute of the game. What development have you seen from Nadia and the other freshmen so far this season?
Yeah, Nadia has been great. You know, all the freshmen have been great, but Nadia in particular, you know, when we recruited her, we saw some special talents in her, and really happy for her, and I don't think it's any coincidence. You know, I think our team's playing better with her on the field.
You've said that your team is a hunting, pressing, and attacking team. How did you see your team respond after Auburn tied up the game just before the half?
Yeah, you know, it was a little bit discouraging, obviously letting that goal in, you know, and going into halftime tied, because I thought we did have a good half of soccer, and so, you know, it was disappointing not to have that lead going in half, but thought our team, you know, responded well, you know, to come back and get the late goal.
Now, I can't believe it. We're already almost at the end of the season. With the SEC tournament coming up at the end of the month, what is your message to the team as you approach the end of regular season?
Yeah, I think the same as it's always been. You know, we need to just take one game at a time, and it's, you know, it's easy to kind of look at the schedule and try to play what if, and if we win this game or that game, and, you know, what's our seeding going to be in the SEC tournament or the NCAA tournament. And, you know, for us, at least for the players, you know, we can't focus on that. You know, we've got to take one game at a time, and so the results will fall into place, and we'll go from there.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking today, Coach Hart. Good luck on the rest of the season, and roll Tide.
Awesome. Roll Tide. Thank you.
Just like Delaney said, good luck this season, and a huge thanks to her and Coach Hart for taking the time to chat with us. One thing we know Bama fans can always get behind is an Iron Bowl victory.
Yeah, we'd love to see that every single time. As we move from the grass to the hardwood, the Alabama volleyball team had a conference matchup against Missouri on Wednesday night.
After dropping set 1, the Tide pushed the Tigers past the 25-point mark in set 2, but the Tigers prevailed 30-28. Mizzou went on to take set 3 for the 3-set sweep.
Coach Rashinda Reed and the Crimson Tide will return to action on Sunday as they take on the 12th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks in Fayetteville. On Tuesday, Alabama women's tennis junior Petra Sedlakova defeated Kina Graham of LSU to claim the ITA Southern Regional Women's Singles Championship. This is the third ITA Regional Singles Championship in program history and the first since Alexa Garachi won it in 2012.
The Alabama women's golf team finished play at the Illini Invitational in 9th place with a team total of 868, 4 strokes over par. Sarah Edwards led the way for the Tide as she finished with a 3-day total of 213, 3 strokes under par.
Stay with us. We'll have our plays and players of the week next, right here on Tide TV This Week.
Tide TV This Week is presented by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
Your favorite atmosphere in college football?
To me, obviously, there's nothing like a huge game on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Bryant-Denny Stadium.
The chase is on, and it will be won by Julio Jones.
It is perfect football weather in Tuscaloosa.
This will be a 100-yard scoop and score.
I'm telling you, this place is rocking right now at Bryant-Denny.
If you're looking to visit this stadium. They got it figured out here.
We are talking about Nick Saban, the greatest coach in the history of college football.
They're going to be an angry team this year, is my belief.
It's more than a buzz at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's electric. Here comes the Tide.
Touchdown. Pressure coming up the middle. Back pedals, throws. That one is almost picked off. It was picked off. Caleb Downs, his second interception of the year. Looking, bouncing, firing towards the end zone. Burton, catch. Is he in bounds? Yes. Touchdown, Alabama. Jermaine Burton fires, quick slant. Burton, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Snap. The spot are good. The kick is blocked. And Bama's got it. Bama's got it. From his own end zone. He's down. He's down. Ball is loose. And how about that Bama defensive front?
Those are our plays of the week brought to you by Legacy of Hope.
Now, let's take a look at our players of the week. Starting it off, Jermaine Burton came up big this week with more catches and yards against Texas A&M than he has had all season. The guy stepped up big. He had a breakout game with a game-high 9 catches for 197 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Tide's 26-20 win over Texas A&M.
And Petra Sedlakova became the 3rd Crimson Tide women's tennis player and the first since 2012 to win the ITA Southern Regional Singles Championship. Sedlakova went a perfect 6-0 on her way to the title as she defeated LSU's Kina Graham in the championship final. Congratulations to our players of the week.
Congratulations to our players of the week. Honorable mention, the Alabama special teams. Just an honorable mention. Excited to see what those guys come up with this weekend for the homecoming game.
Should be a lot of fun. We hope everyone has a great week, and we hope to see you back here next week for another edition of Tide TV This Week. Roll Tide, Kenzie.
Roll Tide, Roger.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.